This is a universally uncharted time for everyone in society, and we each are affected in our own unique way. For some people, their lives haven't skipped a beat, and others have clearly been flipped inside out. One thing that is universally shared is how much we miss our social interaction and the freedom to explore our outside environment. Just like the explorers of old, we are here to experience the world. But right now, it's time to take a pause. I've been using this time to hone old skills and build new ones. My favorite time, like most people, is spent in the kitchen. Each day gives me more ideas to practice new cuisines. One that I thoroughly enjoy and have been wanting to try to make is a probiotic black tea called kombucha. Kombucha is a fermented black tea with sugar. And on top, you can see the culture, I'll show it to you in a second, is called a SCOBY. And that is a live culture that's in it. SCOBY is basically a symbiotic culture of sugar and yeast. Or bacteria and yeast, I should say. Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, yeah. And so I brew black tea with sugar and a concentrate, and then I add just water to it, and then a little bit of this fermented vinegary SCOBY liquid with the SCOBY live culture that I bought off the internet. And then, as you can see, it makes 2 gallons of fermented SCOBY. This is the first fermentation. It took me about a month, so now I'm day 22 in my quarantine. I could actually transfer these over into individual bottles and add flavoring to them, and then actually ferment them a second time for another 5 days. And as the yeast eats up the sugar, and just like it would do with beer, it carbonates the beverage and eats the sugar. So it's lower in sugar. It's not keto friendly. Now you can see all the ingredients that we have to make. I have a small list of blackberry ginger. We're going to make an apple pie, which is basically take some apple slices and chai spice. I don't have chai spice, but it's clove, cinnamon, and allspice. And I have a medley of here. I was going to do blackberry ginger, but I might just do blueberry ginger because one of the other ones is blueberry ginger mint or blueberry ginger basil. So we may just do one of each just to see, because this is just a test. And if I like some of these flavors, I will just make a second batch and keep doing this every month. So hopefully this amount of jars will last me a month while this thing is fermenting. We have mango, peach, mint. We have melon, cucumber. We're going to use cantaloupe instead of melon. And another one, we're going to try a Thai spice. So I have around here, it's around here somewhere. I have kaffir lime leaves. I might do a little bit of basil and some jalapeno just to spice it up. And for some of the ones that just have herbs, because the herbs don't have a lot of sugar content, so it's not going to ferment as much, so it's not going to get a lot of carbonation, I'm going to just flavor it or sweeten it with honey, because honey is a good sugar and it's paleo friendly. Ready? I'm going to do more of a puree so that the yeast can dissolve the sugar in the fruit a little bit faster. So hopefully I can get the fermentation done in 5 days, then put them in the fridge. But right now, let's clean up this mess and start pureeing some vegetables. Well, got this place cleaned up. We're going to start the first one. I'm going to go a little bit out of order. I'm going to do the apple pie. That's the allspice, cinnamon. We'll probably put some nutmeg in there, some apple slices, because I don't have chai spice. But let me talk a little bit more about the kombucha, if I didn't elaborate already. There is yeast in here, bacteria and yeast, so there's going to be a small percentage of alcohol. That's why when you buy it in stores, some stores you need to be 21 to buy it. It's less than 0.5%. It's probably 0.3% alcohol. But I do have a recipe for high alcoholic content kombucha with wine yeast. And so I'd add wine yeast to the second fermentation bottles, and that's actually like beer yeast, but it's high concentrated, high alcoholic yeast that's going to actually ferment possibly up to 4% if I do it properly. I'm kind of reading on that, so maybe after this batch, if I find the flavors that I like, I'm going to do some high alcohol kombucha. It'll be like a fizzy wine, almost like a mead. Before I actually handle this culture, because it's a live bacterial culture, I want to make sure that my hands are really clean. Because I'm going to take the SCOBY out of the jar, put it into this glass bowl with a little bit of the liquid. I'm just going to keep that, actually wash it off a little bit. And as I get rid of most of the tea, I'm going to save about a cup or 2 cups towards the end, because that's going to be the starter liquid for the next batch of kombucha that will take, now that it's warming up, it's going to take about, I don't know, 10 to 15 days to ferment. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Ew, it's all slimy. Here's the baby kombucha that I bought off the internet to starter. That was the first original culture, and this is the new culture, like a little pancake form. That's the other baby. Ew, it's gooey.